Hello, 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 and a happy Monday to you. I think it's fair to guess it's hot where you are, as many regions in the country are in a heat wave right now. By all means, know where your nearest cooling center is. Now, this headline, it really surprised me. I mean, I knew Tatum O'Neal had problems with drugs. You know, it was mostly cocaine, and now here I see she was in a coma for 6 weeks. She's been open about her struggles with substance abuse, particularly with cocaine addiction. Now, in addition, she has also faced some legal issues, including arrests for drug possession. Now, she hopes to turn a new chapter in her life.
I just take it a day at a time, and I try not to go to the past, and try not to go too much in the future, and just try to take it a day at a time.
It's impossible to forget her as a child actor, and I only hope that she gets a lot better. Something that I've always had trouble talking about is money, and it shouldn't be that way, but fortunately I did come across a guy who makes it a lot easier to discuss.
There are other ways to relate to your money, and that's the most powerful thing that we're able to do for people, is take them on that journey of awareness so that they can transcend what they're seeing and reach that next level, climb the stairs to the next floor, so to speak.
That is Tom Shepard, who wrote a book, Money Isn't Everything, Everything is Money. Now that's a title for you. We'll hear more from him a little bit later in the show. Now let's check in with Mimi to see what's going on in her kitchen and what she's whipping up.
This is something that you make, you drink, and that's it.
Thanks, Mimi. We will be back with you very shortly. And by the way, since we decided to have financial advisor Tom Shepard on the show, you know what I decided to do is to devote most of the show this week to financial. I mean, I know Tom would agree that real estate is part of the people's financial portfolio, and I came across this real estate agent, and she says she's doing something a little bit different.
There are a group of us that are certified senior housing professionals, and we really act as a hub to give each family whatever support they need.
That is Betsy Phillips. She is a real estate agent in Illinois. So let's get back to Tom Shepard. His new book, Money Isn't Everything, Everything is Money. It leads us through understanding currencies, multiple facets of finance, including financial natures and levels, and how finances evolve, and finally, how to apply these principles to our own lives.
And that's what we were trying to do with money, is help people see the kind of relationship and energy they were having with their money, so that seeing is believing, and they would then believe that there are other ways to see, there are other ways to feel, there are other ways to relate to your money, and that's the most powerful thing that we're able to do for people. Talk about the 7 chakras, the 7 energy centers, and when you actually look at how energy moves in the body, and what each of those chakras is called and what those levels are called, it's the same concept. When we look at the idea of light hitting a 3-sided prism and being turned from white into a rainbow of colors, it's the same concept. There's this statistic that we can only be conscious of about 4 to 5% of what's coming at us. So how do we choose what to be conscious of? We choose what we're attracted to. Where does that attraction come from? It comes from our hardwiring. It comes from our genetics. It comes from the way we are of a certain type, or somebody else is of a different type. Something that's attractive to them is not necessarily attractive to us. Something that's repulsive to them is not necessarily repulsive to us. In the book of Revelations, there's these 7 letters written to the churches that basically outline that this is what I like about your church, and this is what I don't like about your church, and this is what's kind of in the middle. You know, it's the same pattern. There's 3 And there's 7, there's 21, there's 21 different types of people. We have 23 chromosomes. There's 2 for determining what our sex is. The other 21 determine what's your type, and your type determines how you relate to your money.
You know, the purest investors have always dealt, you know, with numbers and spreadsheets and trends, and you know, they're all numbers driven. And you know how you speak. How does that really square with the traditional investment theories, if you will?
So I'll give you an example. When people say, is my portfolio diversified? There's a famous study, it won a Nobel Prize. It's based on modern portfolio theory, and it says that you should have kind of a diversified portfolio. And it's, you know, call it a rainbow of investments. And so what should be the red? What should be the blue? What should be the yellow, the orange, the green, the violet? And so when we were training advisors back in 1998, 99, a lot of them wanted to get rid of some of those colors. They wanted to get rid of real estate because it wasn't doing so well. They wanted to get rid of high yield bonds. They wanted to stick with large cap stocks, mid cap, small cap, international. So, okay, now it looks like you have a rainbow of different things, but it turns out after 2000, that rainbow was really just one color, and that was tech stocks.
Oh, yeah.
So what we did was we said, money's made in a bunch of different ways. Appreciation is only one of them. Interest is another. Rent, royalties, premiums. There's a lot of different ways that money's manufactured, and so diversification should bring more of those factors to how you invest your money. And it's basically working off the same premise, the same pattern that we need to protect and manage so we can pursue growth, but that growth can be achieved through rent, through dividends, through reinvestment. Einstein said the most powerful force in the universe is compounding of interest, compounding of anything. And so that's at play in how we should live our lives incrementally. Each day should compound on itself. And using the mathematics that we were trying to teach kids back when I was a teacher, you know, if you can compound 1% per day, it's not 365% by the end of the year. It's a much bigger number. And that concept is very challenging on the one hand, but it also gives people great sense of peace to know that the change that can happen in their portfolio can happen over these longer periods of time, and it can add up even though appreciation might be absent for a little while. You know, last year we were down 20 to 25%. This year, okay, during that whole time, if you're adding money to the market, you're buying at lower prices. If you're generating income and it's being reinvested at lower prices. And those are the forces that actually create enduring and long-term wealth.
So it sounds to me like you're talking the basic principles of investing to a large extent, but maybe addressing more the personal, individual outlook on their investing.
Yeah, I have this one friend who, she's a yoga instructor. And she said, you know, I've always thought that I was basically like a priest taking a vow of poverty, but you showed me that money's more like energy, and that if I understand how energy works and how it flows, I shouldn't be averse to money. I should be well-versed in money.
Wow, that's a big breakthrough if you can do that.
Yeah, I was talking to a doctor who was talking about how as a pediatric cancer doctor, she didn't get a lot of financial training. She didn't get a lot of nutritional training. She got very specific allopathic types of training. But I was able to, on a plane ride from DC to San Diego, I was able to basically say, you know, what you learned can be translated into the realm of money. You know, when you're working with a cancer patient, you're working with a certain type of cancer and you have a certain type of patient. When I'm working with a financial person, we have a certain type of financial problem. We have a certain type of person. And so you might do a little genetic testing. So do we. Our little questionnaire, there's 7 questions to the financial natures assessment. And if you answer it, we will know what type of person you are after just a very brief conversation. And then through years and years and years of working with these different types of financial circumstances, we know how to communicate to that type of person, how to motivate them to fix the kind of issue that they're having. And so behavioral finance is like this great big giant new thing that psychologists and financial advisors are engaging in. The unfortunate thing is, aside from our approach, the other approach to trying to understand who somebody is 6 one-hour meetings where you're trying to understand their life story, all of their past traumas and mistakes, and we don't really need to go there. What we need to do is we need to understand the person that we're with, gather the basic information about where they're at now, and then you tell us where you want to go, and we'll help you, forgive yourself of all those past transgressions. Let's go. Yeah. Let's take you into that future that you want to have for yourself.
Thank you, Tom. His belief that the flow of money in our life is very much like the flow of energy in the body. Let's get back into Mimi's kitchen, see how she's doing.
Hello. With all this beautiful, see all the fruits that I put here. A lot of people have water retention, and they can, they feel bloated, they feel not comfortable. They have sometimes edema in their legs, and I have tried a lot of juices. This is one of the best I really like. So you have apple, pineapple, cucumber, and papaya. Very tasty and very good for you, and a lot packed with potassium, and that's what you need to balance salt and in your body. Some people eat a lot of salt, so you have to eliminate some of it, right? Okay, let's start. So you have your juicer, and you start doing your apples or whatever, and if you can get organic, it's better. Okay, let me just stop this 1 second. I think I did it the wrong way. There you go. Oh, what a beautiful. Then you put the pineapple. All right. Put the cucumber. The papaya is jumping. That is jumping. Yum. There you go. See how easy it is? You have something, you have like 3 or so glasses, and you can even share them with some friends or your partner or whatever. It will make you feel so good, and you got a lot of vitamins, and it will help you lose all that water, unnecessary water in your body. So until next time, I have to taste it first, right? sorry guys. There you go. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Here you go. It's so good, I can't stop drinking this. So here we go. Cheers to that. It is wonderful. You have to drink it though. You cannot put it in the fridge and leave it because it's gonna, it's not good. It's gonna oxidize. So this is something that you make, you drink, and that's it. All right, until next time with another one.
Thank you, Mimi. We will see you on Wednesday. And I do want to thank you, and I want to thank you so much for supporting this show. If you liked it or you learned something new, I want to tell you 3 ways that you can support the show and keep the Let's Talk Variety show going. And number 1, just get yourself subscribed. Every show I am bringing inspirational guests. They can teach you something or have, something interesting to share. So just take a moment to hit that subscribe button. And number 2, this is the ultimate way to support the Let's Talk Variety show. And it takes less than a minute. You can write something. Just write something short and sweet like, I love the show. It has changed your life, or something you learned. I am not exaggerating that I read reviews every single day, and every single one, whether it's short or long, it means everything to me. And the more reviews means the higher we rank on all those algorithms, which means we get bigger guests. So take a minute to leave a review. And number 3, share the show with your friends. Just hit that share button. We live stream our show now on Monday, Wednesday, and on Friday. And I just got to tell you, I'm eternally grateful, and thank you so much for supporting the Let's Talk Variety show. And the show is about productivity, positivity, happiness, and inspiration.